Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. Barrel of Monkeys is a 13% barrel-aged Imperial Stout from Ferndale Project in Ferndale, Michigan. I think I maybe got my barrels mixed up, but lately it feels like I've been gravitating towards one or two different beer styles. I'm either looking at really light stuff, it's been so hot out, lagers or pilsners really fit that bill, or I'm waiting until the end of the evening where I'm looking for more heavy stuff like barrel-aged stouts, and I can guess that you probably know where this one's going to land. This might actually be the first barrel-aged stout from either Ferndale Project or their sister brewery, Eastern Market Brewing Company, that I've had. It might be their first barrel-aged stout ever, now that I think about it, but I guess I'm just really excited to try it out regardless. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer, David Jeffries, and Cam Freeman for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or maybe just throw me a couple bucks to buy me a beer, you can take a look at my Patreon. It's at patreon.drafttherapy.com. It'll be scrolling under here, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks that are available only to patrons. If the monetary thing isn't your thing, I get it. Just, share this video. Let your friends know there's more than just macro beer out there, because I'm sure you have a few friends that think that Budweiser, Bud Light, and Coors and all that stuff is the only thing that's out there. And there's a lot of stuff on shelves, and I'm here to help you out with it. So let's take a look at the label. We'll start on this. So if we look at it from the front, it looks like it's in a barrel. I mean, it looks like the outside of a barrel. It has this little City Whiskey Company. I can't see what the start of it is on the top going around. It says on the side here that it's been 18 months in bourbon barrel aged. And then Barrel of Monkeys is an Imperial Stout bourbon barrel aged for 18 months. If we turn it to the side here, on the spine of the label, it says brewed and canned by Ferndale Project in Ferndale, Michigan. 1 pint for you, which really means 1 pint for me. And then next to it, it says it's number 038 of 040. It's a limited edition. And I don't know what the other beers in the limited edition are, but this is 38 out of 40. It says Imperial Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout, rested upon toasted coconut, Sri Lankan vanilla bean, and banana, crafted for all. It has the Ferndale Project logo, which is like I believe it's a stork. It's a bird of some sort, and I don't think there's a canned on date. I picked this up. I don't see anything on here that has any kind of canned on date, but I picked this up maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've been kind of waiting for the right time to try it out, and talking to you guys and sharing it with you seems like the perfect time. So let's go ahead and try it out. So first, what we always do is we crack this. I'm going to put a sniff on the can itself. Wow, that kind of blew up a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right. Put a nose on it. I'm getting the bourbon. I am getting a bit of banana, but it smells like, to me, it smells like almost an underripe banana. That could just be me putting thoughts into my own head here. Let's go ahead and pour it. And we're going to let it kind of just go down the gut there. Still have a little bit of headspace in this glass, but it has quite a bit of carbonation, quite a bit of head, but it is actually really, I'm going to talk about it before it's gone. So it's about a finger's worth of head. It's a bit of a darker, kind of coffee-colored head. It is a little bit darker than tan. As I've been talking, the head is almost gone, except for on the rim. If we hold it up to the light here, very dark. Very bright lights here, and this is very dark. Like, I can barely see. I talk a lot on these kind of glasses. There's like a bulb in the bottom of the glass where the glass it starts to meet the neck or the stem, and that is like so dark. I couldn't even, it looks like dark brown. Like, I'm not seeing another color on that. Let's put a nose on it. Getting a lot more bourbon. Getting a lot of a more sweeter bourbon, that kind of underripened banana aroma that I thought I got out of the can. Not getting it here. So it's mostly like a really strong bourbon molasses, like dark, like really deep bourbon aroma. So I'm just ready to try it out. Cheers. We'll talk about the mouthfeel first. We're going to do that here. Wow. That mouthfeel is like super, super thick. I will say this, it is almost, I have this like kind of in my head scale where it's like light, medium, heavy, and then heavy becomes like syrupy. This is like borderline sticky, syrupy. What I was thinking about when I was telling you this is 18 months in a bourbon barrel. There are so many beers looking at you Dragon's Milk, where they say they spend all this time in the barrel, but they are so thin. This is like the opposite of thin. This is extreme thick. Like, this is probably one of the thickest stouts that I've had in a very long time. Even like top-notch ones from other places in the state that do like yearly releases of their stouts, which is could be anybody, right? But this is super thick. I mean, this is like impressively thick. Let's talk about the flavor. I'm still trying to think of all the stuff about the mouthfeel. So while on the nose, that bourbon characteristic was so just really upfront. That was really all that was kind of filling my nose holes, was this bourbon aroma. The flavor itself is actually very sweet, and the bourbon is really very understated considering how strong it was on the nose. I was expecting drinking this that I would have this massive kind of boozy, just kind of boozy bite at the very end, that I was going to feel the fire. You know, I was going to feel the burn in my chest. I was going to feel it in my mouth. I was going to be like panting, trying to like get rid of that. But it's really, there is the sweet molasses bourbon-y flavor in there, bourbon characteristic in there, but bourbon-y. The bourbon characteristic in there, but it's not overpowering and it's not super strong. It's not super in your face. There's a lot of other flavors going on here that really kind of make up for it. So it's there, but it's not super strong and in your face. What I do get is this nice vanilla flavor that's in there. It has these really strong chocolatey tones to it. I don't know if I can say, I know that it's banana is listed, vanilla bean, and what's the other one? I want to say it's coffee, but I know coconut. So I'm not really getting a whole ton of coconut. I'm getting a nice vanilla flavor in there, super chocolatey from the stout, and I think that the vanilla and the coconut kind of complement each other really well, so it's hard to distinguish those. I'm not really picking up on any kind of banana flavor, but I am picking up again on really strong chocolate tones, really nice vanilla subtlety in there. Again, the coconut, I think, kind of intermixes with that vanilla very well to just have provide a nice kind of backbone to it. And I'm getting a lot more of a molasses than I am a bourbon flavor. It also has this kind of almost like, I don't know, like a bready, biscuity kind of undertone on the very finish, like that comes through after the molasses comes through, and then there's like this another sweet kind of pop of flavor. It's just so chocolatey, so rich, so nice vanilla notes, a little bit of that coconut. I'm not picking up much on the banana itself. I'm not really sure where that should come in, but I'm not really tasting any kind of straight, like what I would think of as ripe banana, or even banana just in general. I'm not really picking up on any note of that. But I can tell you, this is the first barrel-aged stout that I've had from Ferndale Project, or Eastern Market for that matter. This could possibly be like my top beer of the year. I could see this really easily sliding into that spot. I haven't really put together my list in my head yet, but this is like a beer, just to put it in perspective, it's a beer that really stands out, that really pushes some boundaries, or just the flavor is so good. It reminds me of some of those really great stouts that I've had in the past that I've really enjoyed. And this is another one. I think the mouthfeel really pushes it to the next level. If you can still find this on stores, I mean, I'm telling you that it might be a number one for the year. So if that tells you anything, that's my highest opinion. I would run out. If you know a place that carries this, because it's not available on Ferndale Project's website anymore. It was only available for like a day, and I was like, well, crap, I didn't get it when I could see it online, and it just happened to hit a local place, and I picked up a 4-pack, which I'm super glad I did. But this is like a must buy. This is a run out and buy, call places and see if you can find it kind of stout. If you're big into Imperial Stouts, bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stouts, again, this was aged 18 months in bourbon barrels, so this is one that I would say, if you are a big stout fan, if you are somebody that chases beer, this is one to go find, call people, beg them, bribe them, whatever you need to do to pick up a can of this. All right, friends, that has been Barrel of Monkeys from Ferndale Project. Have you had this beer before? How'd it go? How'd you like it? And do you know of any other bourbon barrel-aged beers that either EBMC or Ferndale Project has released, like, ever? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about beer twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite, or you might not know to not buy a beer because it's a clunker, because you weren't subscribed, you weren't getting those notifications, you weren't watching. If you are subscribed and you are getting those notifications, share this video with your friends. Let's spread the word about craft beer. Let's get more of those macro people into craft beer. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer. Support your local breweries. These guys are in Ferndale, Michigan. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Cheers.